everyone, Shamansine here. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to launch a EC2 instance. So what you're going to do is log into your AWS dashboard, click EC2. So EC2 again is like a virtual private server. We're creating a server in the AWS cloud to do whatever it is that we need to do. So we're going to click launch launch EC2. And step one will be choose a Amazon machine image, AMI. So these are images that are free, and there are also paid for ones. So these images include things like deep learning, or they're enhanced for a specific purpose, or general purpose. So, for instance, if you go to AWS Marketplace, you can see Juniper networks, and you can launch firewalls. You can do all these different things. Some are free, some are paid, and their prices are normally there. So, for instance, the Juniper firewall is 55 cents an hour, or $2,200 a year. So, I'm just going to go to Quick Start, and I'm going to select Ubuntu Server. Choose a free tier eligible T2 Micro. Okay, so we haven't talked about VPCs yet. So by default, you have a default VPC. So just select that default VPC for now. And on top, you'll see number of instances. I just have one. You can launch, I believe, up to 20 before having to call Amazon to get your account increased. Okay, so you'll have the subnet that you want. So I have a different setup, but for you, it'll just have your default subnet that's in there. Auto assign public IP. So here's disabled for me. I'm going to click Enable to get a public IP address. Okay. So for the IAM role, I'm just going to choose none for now. Okay. And then I'm going to click Review and Launch. So this is going to be my my instance, and I'm going to click Launch now. So you'll be asked to choose a key pair. So I'm going to select Create a New Key Pair. I'm going to call it Mancini123, and I'm going to download that key pair, and then click Launch Instance. And I'm going to click View Instances, and I'm going to see that it's currently being built. Okay, so once this show is completed, we'll go ahead and SSH into it. So I'll just wait for that. I'll pause the video. Okay, so now I can see that my my EC2 is now running. So if all has gone well, I should be able to at least ping my server. So let's just give it a minute. Actually, you might not even be able to ping it, and that's because of so I have some rules set up that won't allow me to ping it, but you should be able to, assuming that everything is set up by default on your side. So once I click on connect, I get a pop-up about how I want to connect to my instance. So we use SSH keys to connect to our server. So you have the Linux commands here, or if you're using PuTTY, you can click here on how to connect using PuTTY, or you can use a Java client. So I'm just going to follow my steps here. and then I'll use the bottom here. The bottom command. And now I'm in my new EC2 VPS. So I can, oh wow, I'm mistyping everything today. So you can now log in, do whatever it is that you need to do, and let's say you're done with the VPS. So to tear down the VPS is Actions, Instance State, Terminate, and click Yes. So this is not, but this is by no means, this video is no means a full EC2 in and out, but I will tell you a couple of things. So EC2 has storage that gets built once you create a VPS or a server. So the server will come with whatever storage size you select in the beginning. Now, the problem is that if you just select, so we'll do launch instance again. I'll go to Ubuntu. Next. Okay. So what does this come with? We'll hit review and launch. Okay, so this comes with EBS only. So if I go to storage, it comes with a drive. So, and of course it's going to come with a drive, but what happens here is that if you terminate this instance, you lose the storage. Okay, again, you will lose the storage if you delete this instance. So see this, delete on terminate. Okay, so if you don't want that, you will go to the storage option and deselect that. Okay, so what this means, or why you'd have something like that, is you may necessarily want to keep the data for the next time. So let's say you have an operating system that's configured in such a way, you launch your EC2, you do your job, you finish your job, and now you want to not pay for the EC2 instance. So you can delete the instance and still keep your data. So I'll show you. We'll hit review and launch. We'll launch. I'll select Mancini 123. Choose an existing. Launch. Okay. Okay, because at this point, when you have an EC2 instance, whether it's in stop state, whether it's running or not, you're still being charged because you're consuming, or Amazon is reserving those resources for you. Okay, so you really stop getting charged once you terminate the service. So here I go. I terminate this service. So actually first, before doing that, let's go down, go to services and type in EBS. Okay. Actually, it's in the EC2. Okay. So it's under volumes, my apologies. So you see that there's an 8 gig volume, okay, and it's attached to the following EC2 instance. So what happens when I terminate this? Okay. I click yes. When I go to volumes, oh, see, this guy is still here. It's still showing attached to this VPS, but once this is gone, I'll still be able to access this volume. And what I can do after is I can attach this volume to another EC2 instance. Okay. So right now, if I hit detach, it'll probably error out because I'm terminating the other one, and that job is still active. But think of this too. Say you had a T2 micro, and you're like, oh, I need a bigger server. I need more resources. You can make sure to detach this volume and attach it to a bigger server, spin that server up, turn it up, and away you go. Same operating system, all the same server. It's essentially like taking a physical SSD drive out of one machine and saying, oh, I need to upgrade the CPU memory and everything else, and I just slide that drive back into the new PC. Okay. On EC2, you can do snapshots. So if you're familiar with like VMware and stuff like that, you can create snapshots on a specific volume. And what that allows you to do is, hey, you know what? First thing is that you're making some significant changes and you're worried that something might go sideways. So you can create a snapshot and restore from the snapshot if you want, right? So you can make a snapshot of the volume. Say Mancini test, hit create snapshot. And now I have a snapshot. And that snapshot is going ahead and is going to make the snapshot of that volume. Okay. And you get billed based on how many snapshots you have and how much space they take up and stuff like that. All of this that you do has charges on it. So essentially everything that you do for EC2, there's a small fee. Let me just delete all this so I don't forget after the video. There's a fee for all of it. And the way Amazon works is that everything in Amazon is an API call. So you can have AWS CLI to do all this as well. You don't even need to do this in the browser. You can do this in the Amazon CLI. That's a whole different video. And there's you can pull the pricing list, and you know, it'll tell you how much it is to store snapshot at, you know, for XYZ amount of time. That's XYZ size. You can calculate your EC2 instance, how much it's going to, if it's going to be using 75% of the CPU usage and going to be running for 500 hours in the month, how much is going to be, stuff like that. So I hope this was a brief overview on Amazon EC2, and I hope it's answered any questions you might have. If you have any other questions or are interested to learn anything else, please let me know in the comment section below. You can also email me, Sean@SeanMancini.com, and don't forget to visit my blog, SeanMancini.com. Talk to you guys later.